Mike, if you don't mind, I just want to sneak a follow-up in just since we're on this train, because you mentioned Patrick Surtain. I think one of the other cool things about the draft is like the veteran trades. We talk a lot about the picks and moving up and down the board, but the veteran trades that oftentimes take place around the draft. And I want to focus on two receivers in particular and the likelihood that either of them, whatever, get traded on draft weekend. That'll be Tee Higgins, who says he expects to be in Cincinnati, and Brandon Aiyuk, who just wants to get paid by the Niners or somebody else. Likelihood that either of those guys or even both of those guys get moved this week or this weekend.
We can make Justin Jefferson a part of that conversation too. I mean, that's another.
Why don't? By all means.
Yeah, I mean, all three of those guys. I think you have to wonder, if something could potentially bubble up during, the run up and, the day of Thursday, or maybe once teams are ultimately on the clock. You'd have to have conversations, obviously, prior to this. I mean, right now, particularly with like a Justin Jefferson, all those guys, realistically, you have to be working on an extension at this stage because you don't trade for those guys without a contract extension in place. I think Jefferson, very unlikely, because I know that the Vikings ultimately, they value him as a multiple first-round pick wide receiver. It's not like a Tyreek Hill when you put all the pieces together, you said, okay, the Chiefs got a first-round pick out of him. Jefferson, it's going to take multiple firsts to pry him loose. And then on top of it, you're looking at like 30 million plus APY for a contract extension. So I think the asset outlay and the money is far too prohibitive. Aiyuk, the 49ers do not want to move him. They just don't. And I would say with Aiyuk, the one complication is Deebo Samuel has gotten paid there. Bosa, you have a multitude of contracts. Plus, at some point soon, you're going to have to extend Brock. Yeah, so I think I think there's potential there for Aiyuk to get moved just when you look at the contract realities of what's going on in San Francisco and the fact that they've already paid another wide receiver as it is, and they have a quarterback coming due pretty quickly. And it's going to be a very prohibitive quarterback contract with Brock Purdy. Tee Higgins, I think ultimately Tee Higgins, I think they're going to strike a balance here, and I think they want to pay him. They just want to figure out a way to pay him and then still pay Jamar. I do think they want to pay him.
Are you surprised?
I don't think that they want to. I think their problem is they want to make sure that they get it slotted a solid number under Jamar Chase. But the problem is with the quarterback deal, with what Chase is ultimately going to make, that's another 30 million APY. They know they're going to have to rob from the remainder of the team. But I think part of the reason why they want to pay is because Burrow wants him ultimately to be there. He wants to keep these guys together.
Because what's AJ Brown making in Philadelphia? Because Philly's paying both receivers and the quarterback.
So AJ's making like 20. I want to say 20.
Add him to the list too. AJ Brown.
24 APY. I don't think AJ's going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, he's fine. No. I think Howie likes him. I mean, it's not. I think there are other issues there. I think offensively, are going to get straightened out from a scheme standpoint that will ultimately flatten that out. But I don't think they see him as a moving piece.
Okay.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.